Hello and good evening, everyone. I'm so glad that we meet again in this discussion. So, as a discussion, we choose our movie, right, which is Jumanji Next Level. So have you guys watched it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, can someone start our discussion with the movie review, please?
Okay. I will start. My name is Ahmad Fido Solin bin Muhammad Asmi, and my matrix number is 206483. Okay, last week we have decided to watch Jumanji, The Next Level, which is released on 2017. It stars Dwayne Johnson as Dr. Zender or Spencer, Jack Black as Professor Shelley, and Kevin Hart as Franklin, Karen Gillan as Ruby, and many more. The thing I like the most is Dwayne Johnson itself, well known as The Rock. I used to watch WWE when I was 10 or something like that with my siblings. Even when I'm playing with WWE games with my siblings, I will choose The Rock and no one else as the character. Back into the movie, I like how the place setting in the movie, like in a deep forest, desert, and even Atlantic. Did you guys ever wonder what is the meaning of Jumanji? I have made some research on Google, and I found that Jumanji was originally a word from Zulu, which is many effects, and I don't know whether it's related to this movie or not. And the best part of the plot I like is the climax, and I think the climax is on the when the Rock or Spencer is afraid that he can perform the final task, because as we all know that Jumanji has 3 lives only when we enter the Jumanji, and at that point, at that time, the Spencer have only 1 life left. Okay. Mm, the character The Rock's or Spencer says it's easy to be a hero when you have life to spare. It's a lot harder when you only have one. So at this point, I feel amazed and I feel curious to know that did, did Spencer survive until the last at the movie? And this movie was interesting and funny sometimes. I would say that this movie is the best among the sequels. Based on what I have explained, I would like to give a rating to this movie. So it will be 8 out of 10, and maybe that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Humaira Afrina, 206467. To start with, I will rate this movie as 8/10 too. Because I think that the wow factors about this movie is actually the cast. I really like the cast because I think that even though there's another movie blockbuster, they always recruit not so good actors which they can bring out the characters life. You know what I mean, because I don't know, they can bring us the feel. I think that Jumanji is just different because it demands the transformation and rebirth of the identity, because he all knows that the characters actually the characters, right? They they swap their characters because there's some bug in the game. Because and so I think that the cast did the amazing job. For example, the what isn't his name again? Jack Black is the best example of it, because he amazingly transformed into Fridge, with all his fiery masculinity, temper, and also Bethany, right? The life-loving and confident character, and one Dwayne Johnson also, the delicately reflected the mood of the grumpy gaffer. So yeah, I think that's all from me. Is there anyone else that would like to continue with the movie review?
So I'll go first. Hi everyone, my name is Nurira Abdi Samsudin. My metric number is 206205. So my opinion about this movie is, firstly, I enjoyed this movie very much. I laughed a lot because it was so funny. As it is a comedy movie, right? So, and as Humaira said just now, I also agree with her. I somehow find it very amazing the fact that the actors were able to act out different characters in one time throughout the movie, because in the movie there were several scenes where they changes body among themselves, and the fact that they acted it out without making it looks awkward really made me surprised, because it's not easy to do that. And since I am quite a fan of The Rock, or Dwayne Johnson, I really did enjoy his presence in the movie, as he was the main actor, I think, in this movie. So there were many scenes with his face. So yes, I am very happy with that. And I also like how the movie involves many emotions, because I actually didn't expect that, because as it is a comedy movie, I thought throughout the whole movie it was just going to be just fun stuffs. But like the scene where Milo decided to stay in the Jumanji is very sad to me actually. I kind of cried there, because Milo just had his friendship with Spencer's grandfather's back, right? But then he chose to stay in Jumanji. So it was really sad to me. And lastly, I think the movie did quite a good job in trying to touch on real life problems such as friendships and relationships conflicts. So, all in all, I would rate this movie 7 out of 10, but I am quite biased actually in my rating, because I'm not really a fan of comedy movies. And yes, I would recommend this movie to other people, because it is indeed a very fun and amazing movie to watch. So that's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Nurul Fatin Amira binti Abdullah. My metric number is 205223. So I watch the Jumanji The Next Level. It is a comedy. So I enjoy watch the movie. So I think all of you also enjoy watch the movie. This movie is about Spencer goes back into fantastical world of Jumanji. Whilst Martha, Peach, and Bethany re-enter the game to bring Spencer home. But the game is broken. Everything the friends know about Jumanji is about to change, as they soon discover there's more obstacle and more dangers to overcome. This movie is filled with amazing actors. Of course, the main actors is Dwayne Johnson or The Rock, Karen Gillan, and the others good actors. The casting for this movie is truly perfect, and the actors do not disappoint me. One of the best things about this movie, Karen Gillan as Martha can be an example to women out there because of her character. Same like Lara Croft, who brave to explore dangerous place and fight bad guys. Finally, I love how they solve their problem to win the game. Overall, this is a great movie with a mix of a ton of laugh. If you want to laugh, this is undoubtedly the movie for you. So this movie very recommended. So that's all. Thank you.
So, hi, my name is Hoi Fu Kang and my matrix number is 206988. So, I actually watched the movie quite late as the internet connection in my area is so bad and the download process took me a while. So, first of all, the movie, I think it is a good movie, but violence remained a little dark, with the game character dying in various ways, including animal attack, okay, poison dart, falling to death, and being blown up, all of which end up in a risky one life stake. And if you lost the life in games, you're gonna die in real life, right? So you can also expect a fair bit of swearing, most goddamn and holy toot. I don't want to speak it. Uh, as well as a couple of reference of bodies and body part, but not nearly as many as the previous movie. So it is okay. Not to mention Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart made a good combination, which made them the highlight of this movie. And Dwayne Johnson is one of the reason I want to watch Jumanji. There are several themes portrayed from the movie. It is teamwork, communication, empathy and courage. These values are shown throughout the movie, and yeah, we should learn it and consume in our daily life. However, this storyline for me it is too simple, where just a few things differ than the previous episode. But overall, it is good lah. But for sure, it has entertained me a lot. I can't I can't I can't quit laughing while watching this movie, or maybe I'm the one who have a low laughing point. Generally, it is a good movie, and my advice to those want to watch it is, please have your parents at your side because the movie contain kissing and cursing scene. Okay, that's all from me. So next.
So hello, my name is Nina Aisha binti Azmi. My matrix number is 207143. At first, I was scared that somehow screw up the sequel to reboot they did, but I was greatly surprised at the new elements they added. For example, the grandpa subplot and the way it was executed, and their contribution to the Jumanji gaming experience, and all the new addition. Felt exactly how a sequel to a 90s sequel game would feel like. For example, new abilities and weapons and scenery. They still feel like they actually be levels of a game. It's exactly what I hope they add on, because that's the kind of thing the first movie did. It tried to work with the stereotypes and elements found in those good old adventure games like Tomb Raider. I also like that they brought back the whole gang. The reason why movie like this, where the most logical thing would be to make it anthologic. That is with the different kids experiencing the game. So when they try to use the same characters, they supposedly learn something from their past experience in it. It is a recipe for disaster because it's hard to bring all the gang together without it being forced. But I like the way they did it. It feels control and fulfilling in the end. From the plot of the story, it kinds of light and predictable. It is a decent sequel you can enjoy with your family. For side notes, they had after credit scenes. It might hint about the potential third movie of Jumanji. In conclusion, it was a funny, entertaining, and creative action adventure movie. It's a delight to watch, and I feel it never grows old. You can rewatch it and enjoy it all over again. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nur Asla Farhana binti Asmadi, matrix number 206314. In my opinion, this sequel, Jumanji The Next Level, is a fantastic comedy movie to be watched because this film was so amazing and I love everything in this film. For me, the most character that I remember until now is these two grumpy old men is the main new gimmick in the movie. But there's a lot of exciting action scene and other funny bits that I found endearing and entertaining. The most funniest scene, of course, when the conflict between Spencer's grandfathers, Eddie, and his friends Milo. But at the end, it's a bit emotional for me when they are start to be a good, but Milo has sick. Then the cinematography is so good. I mean, we can feel when Martha and Wayne Johnson, the Rock, Spencer, climb the mountain, and we can feel the cool in the movie. But overall, this is a good and funny movie, and I enjoy watching this movie, and I can't stop laughing. And I will give 7/10 for this movie. Thank you.
My name is Sarah binti Samudin. Matric number 07458. Like others, I found that this movie is very funny. It has many hilarious moments, so that's why I like the movie. One of the hilarious moments is when Kevin Hart and The Rock, some of the funniest part of the movie, especially when they playing Eddie and Milo. One of the funniest moments happened when someone dies and the trademark new life thing happened. Milo hears the sound and says, oh, this is my life alert. Time to take my pay. I found that the line is hilarious. We also question why people keep falling from the sky at one point. When people keep dying and coming back, since in video games usually get totalized. It's hilarious to watch Hart and Johnson play off one another as they play men much older than themselves. It's even more hilarious to hear them speak in accent as they try to mimic their respective characters. Milo and Eddie tease and joke each other quite often in the video game, which means we get to see Johnson and Hart ring of each other, which is something they do quite well together. Other than that, I found that Danny DeVito joined the cast of the movie. His portrayal of Spencer's grandfather is one of the high points of the film. We don't get to see a lot of him since he spent the majority of the film in the video game, but the opening scene with him was still hilarious. So I give 8/10 for this movie. So from
Hello. My name is Nurul Syahidah Tujana binti Muhammad Sanizan. My metric number is 206000. At first, hearing about this movie, I don't know if this is going to be a great movie as another installment for the Jumanji. But then, when I watched the movie, there is some unexpected twist in this movie that makes it even interesting, and because you can't expect what is going to happen in the movie, and it keeps me glued to the screen, and I don't even need to watch it another day or pause, because the movie is very interesting. The casting choice was incredible, and I feel that they all did a great job with the character. Well, to sum up, I would definitely recommend this movie to everyone who likes comedy movie and in the mood to feel the adventurous while laughing. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, so hi everyone. We meet again this week. I am Ais Azri, binti Shalokman, 207935. Alright, so now I will give my review of this movie, Jumanji: The Next Level. Right, as I mentioned last week, that this movie is a sequel from its previous movie called Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. Okay, basically, Jumanji: The Next Level has the same storyline with the previous one, where they have to win the game in order to escape themselves from Jumanji. But for me, this movie has a lot of improvements from the previous one and has become more interesting. Alright, it gives double action, challenges, hilarious jokes, and funnier scenes along with the movies. And I personally think that Jack Black and Kevin Hart steal the show this time by their chemistry as Eddie and Milo Walker. They make me laugh so hard in every scene with their great performance. Okay. Besides that, this movie is not only about adventures and challenges, but also delivers a message about friendship. Okay, for example, where Martha, Bethany, Fritz, and Alex risk themselves to go back to Jumanji just to save Spencer. Okay. Then I have two favorite scenes from this movie. The first one is when they have to cross a maze bridge that have a lot of wild monkeys there. And the second one is when, if you remember, when they jump into the water to switch back to their avatars, like the previous movie. Because I don't know, I just found that it is really cool with the way they come out from the water. So and at the end of the game, same as Hidayah, I feel sad when Milo said that he wants to stay in the Jumanji instead of coming back home with the others. And another reason I love this movie, of course, because of the cast. As you guys said that each one of the actors and actresses deliver their character very well in this movie. So overall, I love this movie and I would give 9 out of 10. And for me, this movie is very recommended. So that's all for my review about this movie. Thank you.
Okay, so I think that everyone has given their opinion about this movie, right? So I think that overall, this movie is a great movie, which I would totally recommend it to everyone. So yeah, I think that we could end our discussion here. So we'll meet again next week to choose our next movie, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But we need to decide when and what time for our next discussion, I think. Or it will be the same day.
Yes, I think so. So it will be on Saturday or Friday, I think.
Yeah, I think it depends on our class.
Okay, we could discuss this further on WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think that there's only an option which is on Friday or Saturday. Yeah,
Yes.
so I'll meet you again next week. Goodbye.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Everyone.
Bye.